Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Prancing Pony Podcast Plays, or welcome to the Prancing Pony Podcast Plays. Wrong voice again.
It's this one. This is the one everyone likes. Welcome to the Prancing Pony Podcast Plays.
All right, we're going to stop that. That is enough of that. Thank you very much. How are you all doing today? Thank you, by the way, Katie, for confirming that you are seeing and hearing me on both platforms. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get that chat up. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and do LotRO again today, only because I've been so busy with other things that I haven't been able to sit down and plan like the next few weeks. But I think we're going to do LotRO one more time on Tuesday's stream, and then I'll have time to go ahead and look into how I want to structure the next few weeks. So we're going to do LotRO today, LotRO again on Tuesday, and then I promise we'll mix it up starting next Saturday. So all right, go ahead and get the chat overlay off so that you all can see the screen once it's up. I will leave chat up and try to pay attention to it. Katie will alert me of anything that I need to be aware of. And it's time. And then, Katie, if you could just confirm that you're able to hear the music and that the mix is good before I get started. It's probably a little loud right now. The music is loud. Oh, wow. Congratulations. Thanks for listening. A contigue. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Fornat, good to see you. All right. Well, when we last left Hilburn, he was in Esteldine, or actually he was in the little dwarven settlement to the northwest of Esteldine, up in the North Downs. I did go on real quickly today to sort of clean up his inventory, send him some updated gear, things along those lines, clean up some missions, and I'll just update you on that as soon as I get into the game. Right now, he is in Esteldine itself. Oh, what do you know? I have new mail. What might this new mail be? Loot. I shall tell you, it is loot. Remember, we've talked before about having alts, and some people are like, why would I have alts? I just need to experience the story. One of the reasons that it's fun to have alts is to craft for your other alts. So I have a jeweler, I have a weaponsmith, I have a woodworker, I have a tailor, that kind of thing. So I have made Hilburn, now that he's level 30, some new gear, and there's a lot of it. So let's take a look, shall we? My cook has sent me some food that will boost agility and also some food that will help me in battle. And I'm going to go ahead and take care of those and delete the email. He's also sent me a lot of jewelry, some that I can wear right now because I'm level 30. That's all this stuff right here, I think. Yeah, minimum level 30. And then some items for when I reach level 32. Again, really nice to have alts. And my Halagrim, the leader of the PPP kinship, who's a very skilled tailor, has made me an entire set of level 30 guild armor, the exquisite Outriders armor set. So we're going to detach all that. Like I said, it's nice to have alts. My scholar. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you, Class Act. And Nate, TMI that you're cleaning the bathroom? I don't know. It's fine. My scholar has created a few things. He's created a hunter book, which I can start using now that I'm level 30, as well as some oils. And craft for the people who send you all the resources they get. Hey, let me know what you need. I'll craft it for you. All right. Oops, I forgot to delete that email. And Dirthal, my weaponsmith and woodworker. He didn't have as much to make me, just because they're not all that great yet. I'm kind of in that in-between level for him. But he has sent me a bow that I can use, and then a couple of swords I can use when I get to level 32. So we're going to go ahead and close out of that. Look at all the loot. All right. So let's see here. So first off, let's save some of the food. We're going to just drop the food in the other inventory bag and then put them on here as shortcuts. All right. The etched ruby earring of precision. So we're gonna throw in some nice earrings. Ring of vitality. Bracelet of agility. All these good things. What's this? The bloodstone ring of vitality. Oh, that's the old one, so I don't want that anymore. All right. The etched sapphire necklace of evasion. So I'm seeing all the old stuff that I don't need anymore, right? All right, the polished ruby ring of tactics will replace the hunter's ring. Yeah, the increased physical mastery and crit rating will help. And let's take a look here. The polished sapphire bracelet of agility will replace that gold bracelet. All that's just getting to be too old. These items here with a little red square around it, you may not be able to see that red square. That indicates that I'm not high enough level yet. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into my gear folder for later. Similarly with the pointy weapons that Dirthal made me. Okay. The rest I can wear, though. Look at this. There we go. The exquisite Outrider's armor. The exquisite Outrider's shoes and gloves. And a helm. And some pants. Everybody needs pants. Shoulder pads. The exquisite Traveler's cloak. I shouldn't have made that because, of course, I've got the extra experience bonus point there. So, well, that's unfortunate. I wasted that. The Book of the Wind Rider is a new thing for him. At level 30, you can start using these things. In this case, it just lowers the power cost of his skills. Light oils, that's just an inventory item thing that I will throw in here as well. It gives me a bonus when I'm fighting against enemies who are vulnerable to light damage. Later on, I'll also have fire. And then, of course, a new bow that has given me some extra damage as well. So, all right, let's sell all the junk that's still in my inventory because I'm not going to need it anymore. And then we're going to go off and take a look at what to do. Just double check. Ooh, don't want to sell the spiced pies or the light oils. I don't want to accidentally sell the food either. That would be sad. All right, so just selling the old stuff. There we go. Ooh, eminent Tolkien scholar. I'm afraid you have me confused with somebody else. But thank you, Clask. I appreciate it very much. Let's see. I might have missed a few things earlier. Let me scroll over and check the chat real fast. Yeah. Oh, good ways to keep you productive, Nate. I'm glad to hear that. And Clask, even if you're not a big gamer, I hope you enjoy this because it is very much a Middle-earth experience. All right. Let's take a look real quick. So I have cleared up some of the quests that I had before, and I'm going to show you real fast. I got rid of all the ones that were in the Lone Lands because they were all gray. They were grayed out. Now, just a reminder that we want to get back on the epic quest eventually. That's really where the story is, and that's the experience that I want to give you as viewers. But the next thing I have to do that is to get to level 32. So I still have a little while to go before I'll get there. So that quest you'll see in my quest log, but not over here in my quest tracker, because there's nothing really to track. I just have to get to that level. There are some hunter things. I'm supposed to go to chat with a hunter trainer in Bree at some point, and I will do that. They do want me to go to Oatbarton, and they also want me to go to Anuminous. That's a level 35 quest, so it's a little above me. That's why it's red, and I'm probably not going to go there yet. So mostly what I'm going to do here are the North Downs quests, and you can see that there are several of them that are active. One of them, oddly, it says is North Downs, but it's to go talk to somebody in Oatbarton, so I'm going to hold off on that one. But you'll see from the rest that they're all here on the map. Okay, earlier I was up in this area. This is I forget what that little place is called, Othrakar. So we're going to go back up to Othrakar and finish those 3 quests that are in that area. We also have the Orc Bounty here in Kingsfell. And this little ring icon to the east of Esteldine actually is 2 things, both Caught in the Wake and a request to the Earthkin. These are a very interesting race of folks that we'll encounter here in the game. Let's see. Farewell. Thank you for joining Contigue. Episode 154. You're moving along, Classic Act. I think you'll enjoy it quite a bit. Let's go get the I think it's the Orc Bounty in Kingsfell. Let's just go take care of those orcs, shall we? We all want to kill some orcs. Yeah, for a game that's this old, it really does have some nice visuals. You came across Othrakar when you saw the first Hobbit film. Wow. They made Hobbit movies? Oh, that's right, they did. Not that they were any good, but I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Actually, Nate, it really does. It doesn't help with, like Balerion. I wish there was a whole Balerion thing, but it really does help get the lay of the land for the rest of the area, especially those kind of middle areas like Dunland and Holland and all of that. JS, hello. Or, hey, actually, just took me a minute. You have me on 2 screens. Why would you do something like that? 7 years of the sass, which is better than 7 years of the never mind. All right. So we just need to kill some orcs. Oh, hey, well, except I saw. Oh, there we go. I'm going to have to go get that gold deposit, right? Right. The Rankin and Bass Hobbit. Wasn't that fun? All 74 minutes of it. Yes. I especially liked it when Thranduil told the dwarves to get to the chopper. He was such a... I never expected to hear an Austrian accent for the Elven King. That was interesting. That was a choice. Aha, here we go. Orcs. Not being too familiar with LotRO. Balerion remnants in Lindon. No, sadly, I don't think they do have anything like that. We don't even really get to that part of the world very much. The furthest you can go is Thorin's Hall, and then, Sarnor. So that's about it. That would be nice if they did, huh? Now, they seem to be expanding the world more towards the south, like Umbar and all of that. So, a rich gold deposit. We're going to have to do that. Falathlorn. Mm-hmm. Wow, look at all the metal for me to find. All right. Where are the orcs, though? I got to find the orcs. Oh, I know. If only I were a hunter. Passage of Foes. There we go. Here are some ongbirds. Ongbutters. Don't know how I'm going to defeat 15 of them when there are hardly any of them around. I think, though, if I kill some of the... Hello? Oh, there's nobody else around. I thought there was an encampment of them, but maybe it's over here somewhere. Just going to keep heading over. The Articraft Legends. I could imagine that. I could imagine the elves doing that. Yeah. Ah, there we go. I knew there was a place around here where I could go and kill a bunch of orcs. Thankfully, they've put a signpost up. It's a big, sharp wooden palisade. You know, I should probably also kill some of these animals to get their hides because I'm a forester and a tailor. That's like a resource node. It's just a resource node that smells funny. I see Katie saying in the comments, Alan, exclamation mark. But the problem is I don't remember what it was for because there's a delay and then also I'm not paying attention. What adventures are in store today? Well, Catherine, we're in the North Downs and we are going to... Ooh, there's a quest available. Blunting the Spear. Defeat the Ongbert's captain. And we're going to work our way up to level 32, hopefully, so we can get back on Epic for the next one. Because in order for me to continue the Epic, I need to get to level 32. That's what it says. So where is this chieftain, huh? Shall we track him down? I think we shall. The war captain. I'm assuming that's what they mean by chieftain. It says defeat the Ongbert's chieftain, but, I mean, really. Yeah, there he is. Okay, let's set some traps here. Because that's what a good hunter does, right? Right? I one-shotted him. He must not be the chieftain. That must not have been the chieftain. Okay, where is the chieftain? Let's go ahead and set him as a quest guide focus. Aha. He is ahead. He's not too far ahead either. And I only have to kill 2 more Ongber's orcs. There he is. The chieftain. Okay, so we've got war captain. Let's go ahead and rain of arrows these guys. See if I hit all 3. I don't think I will. Nope. In fact, they were so far apart, I only hit the 1. That's disappointing. What I need is extra range on my rain of arrows. All right, quest ready to advance the orc bounty. Good. Why did I just waste my heart seeker on that guy? I really needed to waste it on the chieftain, but oh well. All right, let's set a trap. I like setting the traps because, well, honestly, it kind of annoys Katie. So we're going to go ahead and pin this guy first so we can put pinholes in him before he can run to us. Now he's going to run to us just in time to die. Quest ready to advance. Finish now. Woohoo! Level 31. I'm also now known to the Rangers of Esteldine. That's good. I've hung around enough. They should know me by now. Oh man, if only you had a legendary item that was enhanced to expand your range. Yes, that's a ways off. Level 50 and legendary items will be a little while. All right. The season 2 episode title names might have been some of the most fun we've had. That was really, really a lot of fun. Doing all Hobbit names, all Monty Python names for the Hobbit, with the exception of the Beorn chapter, was a blast. All right, we're moving up here a little bit because we're going to head up north and try to do the bear meat and the lynx furs. Oh, wow. What's this down here? More Ongbers. And more hormantles. These are the large aurochs. Lots of them in this region. In fact, on the other side of Esteldine, over in over here in Nanamogis, they are everywhere. I used to sort of farm hides over there. Favorite Tolkien letter. 131 is the one that we quote from most often. Could it have a 1, a 3, and a 1? One of my favorites, though, it's my favorite in the sense that it gives us the most information. It's the one that we reference all the time. It's just fantastic. It's the letter that I recommend people read because there's so much to it. But in terms of favorite, I have to say I really like letter 210 because he just shreds Zimmerman's adaptation or proposed adaptation beautifully. And it's really, really good. Favorite character for the Father Christmas letters. Could there be anybody but NPB himself, North Polar Bear? Everybody loves North Polar Bear. All right. Coming up here, let's see. What's the quest that I got up here? Is this Bear Hunter? It is Bear Hunter, but not herbs and simples. It is also winter gloves. So I'm looking for lynx and bears, not spiders. Who would want to make something out of spiders? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a lot of the other characters in Father Christmas letters, and Father Christmas himself is fantastic. But really, let's be honest. Okay, this is odd. I'm just walking along. There's a mysterious relic here. Before the burned cottage stands an evil-looking relic. Staring at the relic, your blood boils. You can identify no good reason for it. You shake your head and the feeling passes. Well, this can't be good. Now we have to deal with somebody setting our home afire? We're living in this cottage. There's nowhere else to go. And that's it. Deed bestowed. Oh, there are other mysterious relics in the realm. I see. Okay. Yeah, I do love the snark. One of my favorites, I can't remember the letter. It's a very short one. I can't remember the number. He's talking about a letter he received from somebody talking about writing a sequel to The Lord of the Rings. And he says, I mean, it is full of snark. Something about, his thought that since we can't copyright names, there may be nothing that we can do to prevent this guy, this young ass, from writing the book. I hope that no publisher would accept this tripe. I mean, it's just so good. It's glorious. With apologies for A, tardiness, and B, not actually listening much to Alan. Trust me, you never have to apologize for not listening to me. Let's see. So I still need to kill 4 more lynxes and 5 more bears. I don't really need to kill the hawks. So we're just going to try to find ourselves... What's this? A stone marker. Things to explore in the region, you see. I've never done this. I've never actually bothered to do this. On the face is a weathered and grieving. Land is granted to Bardulf Gilmar in his line in recognition of his valiant deeds by Earnur, son of Earnil. So I'm supposed to find his heir. That's interesting. If I run across him, I will, but I got other things to do. Yeah, the music here is great. It's very familiar because this is an area. There's not a lot of levels, not a lot of regions, I should say, that are in that low 30s range, and so you do end up spending a lot of time here. No matter what race you are, or what class, you end up in the North Towns quite a bit. Could I explain reputation of the game? Absolutely. So there are different. My brain is completely frozen for a moment here as I look for it. Factions is the word I was looking for. And each faction has things that they want you to do, quests in their region, favors that they want you to do. And you start out, typically, there are some exceptions, you start out neutral, and you can make your way up the ranks through acquaintance, friend, ally, and kindred. And as at each step, you're allowed to do more with the reputation coins that you've earned. So you can buy cosmetic items. You can eventually buy a steed, things like that. You can also get convenient things like a return to skill if you're a hunter. It's really nice. There are some reputation or some factions where you actually start out negative. I think the first time that happened to me, I was like, whoa, what is this? And it was the snowmen of Foreshell, right? The Lossoth. And I thought, well, why do they already hate me? But they hate everybody. That's the thing. Don't take it personally. I'm just taking a look real quick. See if there's anything. I know the view here is gorgeous, isn't it? All the ruins. I mean, this is Arnor, right? This is oh, there's another wildcat. We need a few more. So it looks like I need to kill one more bear and 2 more lynxes. The PPP got you. Thank you, Class Act. It's good to know that. I mean, I got to say, when COVID happened, we honestly weren't sure what was going to happen to our, to the show. What is this? Oh, there's a scarecrow out here. That's odd. Let's see. Let's track down the bear and a lynx. Yeah, we didn't know whether it was going to, kill the podcast or help it thrive. We actually thought, since most of our listeners, our demographic data showed that people listen to it at the gym and on commutes, we thought we were ruined. But I thought, you know what, we're going to keep going because people need this. And then the next thing you knew, it became a thing for people, and it really did become a help. And it honestly was a help for us too in the middle of that time, because that was a time that, our lives were all turning upside down too. And so it was a sense of stability for us, for Sean and I, and also for the community that had rallied around the show. So we are really grateful to hear things like that. I missed some Hobbit movie chat. I wasn't purposefully doing that. I honestly wasn't. Yeah, that's right. You could stop pretending to work. All right. I don't need any more lynxes, but I do need another bear. Are there some bears down in this valley, maybe? No, those are cats. There's a bear, though. Let's take care of a bear, shall we? All right. So I've now gathered all the meat. Oh, dower hens. Well, this is interesting. We haven't really encountered them in story yet, but there are some bad dwarves that you have to face off against. And these are them, the dower hens. Discovering the PPP in 2018. We were only a couple of years old at that point, probably in season 2 or 3, I would imagine. Season 2. Let's take a look here. All right, let's go ahead and turn in the links first to the quartermaster. Well met, friend. And the bear meat is to Hornbury, who is, I think, just right up here. And then that'll also put us really close to collecting the periwinkle. Deed bestowed, deed completed. We've completed more quests than North Downs. So now we're working our way to Of Glory's Long Past. So if I do 15 more quests in the region, I'll get some points, I'll get some skirmish marks, some virtue XP, and a big chunk of reputation gain. All right. So let's take a look. The periwinkle is all up in this region. Obviously not supposed to go directly that way. So it looks like this, but we've already collected that plant, so we got to keep going. There's a couple more. PP is probably the... Wow, Hassel, thank you. Those are things that are, when we hear stuff like that, it's... It weighs heavy because, it's... we understand that we play a significant role in people's lives, but, we take that seriously. We're really glad that we can be a help to people in difficult times. Oh, I didn't even mean to trigger that scout. Like, all right, fine, I woke you up. I'm going to have to shoot you now. Ah, die. All right, so now we're going to bring the herbs to Orthon and then move back to Esteldine. Whoop. Oh, I didn't even break an ankle there. How nice is that? All right. So one of the things we're going to do now that we've kind of raised our reputation a little bit is we are going to go to, oh, who's this guy? What's he want? That's a different quest. Collect the mining records. Fine. I think that's that chest that we saw earlier. I remember last time we were playing, I saw a Foot Locker and it was like, oh, you don't have the quest yet. I bet that's it. It has been. Yeah, running the several projects has been, well, it's been a thing. I mean, I have to admit, it was running the main show and then adding the Rings of Power wrap up was a natural add. Like we needed to do that because we didn't want it to mix with the PPP being a book story. Whoa! Find somebody who can. There's a whole lot of people here who can potentially do this. Let's see. Can't help you with that. You know, if I'm going to keep running into that, can't help you with that. Well, then forget it. We're just going to cancel that quest. Where was I? Yeah, just being able to run the extra projects. I mean, Rings of Power wrap up was something that we wanted to do, and then we thought, well, you know, oh, hold on a minute. Where am I supposed to go? Herbs and simples. Okay, Orthon. So then, when Sean had to step down from his full time role, I then decided I needed to do more with the show in order to give me the opportunity to turn this into a full time thing, and that's what I've been able to do, thankfully. Running this, the TTT, Rings of Power wrap up, and of course the main show. I'm not going to do this quest. You'll notice it's a level 26 quest. It wouldn't give me enough XP. I'm just going to skip that. I'm going to go ahead and just cheat by finding the heir.
How can I be of service?
Oh, well, what do they want? What quest do they want? Longhorns. Find an Aurochs yearling. Nah, not going to worry about that. What man of the West would be in Black Speech? Ooh. Don't know. Good one, though. All right, we're going to pop over to Esteldine now. I know. I'm not sure why we are either, but I'm glad we have.
What do you want?
Bring the excerpt to Gilmar at Gaston's farm. Lots of back and forth. If I wasn't willing to spend mithril coins, it would take forever, huh? So it was a good deed me forebear did, and I know just what I'll do with his land. Land. It's a man's own soul. All right. Now, the last two in this region that we get to do, for now at least, are talk to that Earthkin, the Siko. So we're going to pop over there. And just show you where we're on the map, because I didn't want to completely confuse you. So we went back. We were over here in this area of Kingsfell, and then we'd gone up here to Othrakar. That's where the little dwarven settlement was. And then instead of taking all day to go back and forth between Esteldine and that ranger over here and back to Esteldine and back to the farm, we just spent a couple of mithril coins. Now we spend a mithril coin to go over here to the other side of Esteldine to talk to the Earthkin. Black speech for grumpy old man. Wow, wow, wow. And it's interesting because these names, it does seem like they're taking some inspiration from possibly Finnish. I'm not sure. But then they use more Finnish for the Losoth of Forochel. So, and these guys are clearly not them. These are like basically pseudo giants. So, Asiko, request to the Earthkin. I had not thought on those days for long and long. Are you gone drunk? No, you are not he. You must forgive me, but it is difficult to know. You little folk look so much alike to the Surilema, and my mind is on the pain of my own people. Definitely Finnish. You see that we raise no weapons against you, River Hobbit. We are peaceful and wish to remain that way. I see that the men have chosen to honor our oath. This pleases me. We shall honor our oaths as well and await the return of our stolen weapons. Okay. And then Elder Tavo, I like you, little warrior. He wants me to go collect 4 slabs of aurochs meat. And there are probably some other quests to pick up from this little Earthkin village. The Earthkin are really interesting. I'm looking here real quick at the chat. The proper way to speak. The proper way to speak. All right, I see. Thank you, Chappie, on going back to the work that Corey has done on Rings of Power, what I've done as well. It's a lot of fun to work with him. Doing the Rings and Realms show is a blast. I think there's still a couple episodes to come out, by the way. I don't know what the timeline is on that. Herbs. Just jamming by the fire. All right. So he wants me to collect dire warg hides and some harrow weed. This is good because these are some quests that will get me into the further side of the North Downs. So there's some good Earthkin and there's some bad Earthkin is what you're finding out. And we're going to have to go deal with some bad Earthkin in a little bit. But let's take a look real quick and see what we've got. We're making some progress on levels. I am going to do a little bit of a cheat just to get us to 32. This isn't a cheat. There is no way to cheat. I'm going to use a consumable item that will give me a boost to how quickly I earn my XP. Where is that? Tomes of Extraordinary Experience. Yeah, I get an extra 100%. There's also the one I wanted, though, is the one that gives me the gives me extra blue in the bar, which means I earn it faster. There we go. Enhanced XP supplies. So I'll use one of these. Now, what the enhanced XP supplies does, if I hit that, you'll see, look at the bar at the bottom. You see now all that extra blue. That's XP that I'll earn at an accelerated rate. Now, I'll also click this one, which will give me 100%, basically doubling my experience for quests and monster kills for the next hour as I wander the realms. Now, let's take a quick look at the quests that we could do. You'll see that Meat for the Hungry is in here. Same with Code of Shadow, Reclamation, and Warg Bounty. All 4 are in this area. And so basically I need to defeat wargs. Specifically, I also need to collect dire warg hides. I need to find at least 4 aurochs to kill, collect earthkin weapons. So lots of things to do here in Non-Amlug East. That's what this is, Non-Amlug East. And this is to the east side of Esteldine in the North Downs. You'll see that this would be like somewhere in this area of the map. North of us is Angmar, which is a really unpleasant place. It's not a happy place. All right. All of Tolkien's characters are good or bad. There's no gray in Tolkien. Yeah. All right. And what do you know? There's already a dire warg. Isn't that handy? So, and a whore mantle, because again, we need to collect at least 4 slabs of aurochs meat. And there's a bad guy hunter, right? The other Earthkin, the ones that hopefully have some of the weapons stolen from. Oh, quest available. Follow the Earthkin. Defeat several of them. The Earthkin are a really interesting addition. You know, the game has to fill in some blanks, and this is sort of a really interesting slot to fill in. They clearly seem connected in some way to the Lossoth of Foreshell in terms of the way their names and language is structured, but they're like giants. So, you know, who are they? What are they? An enigma based on existing giant lore. Live as long as Aragorn and look as good as Vigo in the death scene. Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you, sir. I am sorry to disappoint. He already looks better than me in his death scene. He's Vigo, for crying out loud. No, I will be content to live long enough to finish the show. How's that? All right. The Rautalema Hunter. So, I mean, I love the words. I love the language. I love that they do this in such detail too. You know, that they really do try to create a consistent feel for the way these creatures and peoples are named. It's nice walking around with on level equipment too. By the way. All right. Let's see. So we've got still some more Earthkin to slaughter. I mean, kill. Or just, there we go, collected Earthkin weapons. And that's the reason we have to take them out, you see, because they've stolen the weapons from the good guys, the good Earthkin. Will any of us live long enough to see Dr. Olson finish exploring Middle Earth? That is a question, isn't it? I wouldn't expect that. Ooh, what do I get here? A quest item, the Iron Collar. I'm going to decline this because it is a fellowship quest. But I better keep that item in my inventory or I'm just going to keep getting it. Oh, yes. That scene, Catherine. I tried to take the ring. I have paid. Oh, gets me every time. Not allowed to let the show finish. Not sure how that happens. I mean, I'll have to retire at some point. Honestly, I don't know what'll happen. Who knows what the what form the show will take? It might be that when the show has reached its natural run, maybe I just stop and do episodes just every so often. Can't promise anything at this point, though. Yes, I do think that Corey is serially longeval. He's also younger than me, so that'll help. Did I finish Shadow of Mordor? No. In fact, Ed, I've not even gone back to that game. I've been playing LotRO almost exclusively on the stream, but and I'm going to do it one more time on Tuesday before I lay out a plan for the next several weeks, and that will include some Shadow of Mordor. Okay. So I still have to collect some dire warg hides and some harrowweed. I'm not doing a great job on that. So let's see if we can find where those might be. Killing the general wargs, but the dire wargs are a little trickier. Looks like there's a bunch of critters down here. Oh, there's a dire warg. Good. And another warg. More resource nodes. Hey, Katie, do you notice I'm catching the resource nodes? Oh, it's funny, of course, I'm not making you guys watch me stand around a crafting hall and level up my skills. I mean, that's just boring, but that's what I do off camera, so to speak. Alan's retirement will just be a long stream of visitors coming to his house wanting to talk about Lord of the Rings. Oh, what a terrible fate that would be. Oh, please, no, not that. Except for maybe the house part. That might be a little creepy, actually, now that I think about it. All right. Let's say I still need to kill 4 more general wargs, 3 more dire wargs. Let's take a look and see what we can find. Passage of Nature. There's only 1 warg around here. Or the Rohirrim themed essay last night. Ooh, Brett Devereaux. We have a Brett Devereaux sighting. Brett's great. I tell you, that was one of my favorite episodes. Was chatting with him. And for those of you who aren't members of the Fellowship of the Podcast, there's a whole nother like 20 or 30 minutes in the P5 because we couldn't fit it into 2 hours. We had such a long chat with him. It was fantastic. All right. Quest ready to advance the Warg Bounty. So now we still need to complete some more dire warg deaths. Let's see. So what do we have? We have Code of Shadow, Reclamation, Follow the Earth Kin. Okay, let's head this direction where they sort of all overlap. Do, do. Ah, the music here is so good. Come on. Can't shoot the guy. There we go. Okay, collected another Earthkin weapon. That's good. Just need to collect one more. Okay, now I've collected all their weapons. I just need to defeat 2 more of their warriors. Kill at least 1 more dire warg, which I've got right here. Okay. Now I just need to find the warriors that I need to kill. I'll just get around this guy. I don't need to kill the dire warg. Let's just keep moving. Let's take a look at Passage of Foes. We're trying to find the Rautalema warriors. There's the hunters, but that means the warriors won't be too far away. Also, you'll find that when there are mobs like this, mobs meaning mobile enemies, that standard enemies, if you kill them, when they respawn, they might be the kind you need to kill. So, yes, please, Katie. Thank you. Can't really hear the music. Let me turn it up just a tiny bit, or maybe move my mic away. Right now, the music's kind of quiet. Katie, are you still able to hear me quite well? Okay, I'm trying to find. Well, right now the music is quite quiet. I will say that. Is that a hunter? That's a warrior. Good. All I have to do is kill 2 more of these guys, or 1 more after this one. And stop for the resource nodes. Okay. Thank you, Katie, for a little bit of feedback. Appreciate that. Yeah, right now there is no music playing, so there's not going to be a lot to hear. Let's take a look and see if I can find 1 more warrior using Passage of Foes. Ah, yes. Let's find him. There he is. Oh, hello. The camera sometimes does funky things. Then we have to collect the harrow weed. Which is where? That's Coat of Shadow. Okay, well. Ah, and there's some. Conveniently enough. The challenge with finding these things is there's no real way of like searching for them. There's no skill that you can use to just find them. So you have to wander around looking for the harrow weed. I'm sure that there's one. I can see it. Well, I better kill the warg first. 2 things you get to see: either cold drakes or fire drakes. Yes. And Hassel, I don't want to spoil everything, but yes to all of it. Oh, the Druidine are great too, aren't they? I mean, I know you don't get to meet them until a lot later. Few copies of the Lego Lord of the Rings for 24. That does seem a little steep. Yeah, it really does do justice to the Druidine. A tough race, I would imagine, to do justice to be honest. Come on. Trying to find me some harrowweed. There's one. Oh, got to kill this guy first. You can sometimes spot them, and I think I see one in the distance too, which might be good. Maybe I'm in an area where I'll find some more. Okay, just 2 more little things of harrowweed. There's one. Oh, good. Some heavy yew branches while I'm here. Resource nodes. I'm looking, I'm scouting, trying to find me some harrowweed while I'm harvesting the rich iron. Am I still in the right area? I'm still in the right area. I should be able to find some. This is where I end up farming a whole lot of hides. When you need sturdy hides, you just come here and do some rain of arrows when you're over level and you got like 30 hides at once. It's great. Oh, he just knocked me out. Well, that's what I get, right? Okay, but trying to find one more harrowweed. There it is. All right, now I'll get to turn these in, and you'll see I'm already almost to level 32. So these are all to be turned in to that area near Esteldine. I'm just going to go ahead and port to one of them. The Jorthkan are a peaceful race, but the love of peace is not to be confused with weakness. Elder Tavo. None of these are going to be really useful for me. They're all much lower stats than I would need, so I'm just going to sell them. And look at this. I'm going to be 32 now. Boom. And now we'll be able to finish the go back to the epic quest. Ooh. Your adventures have made you stronger and even more willing to help those in need. All right. And sure enough, up it pops before the shadow, book 3, chapter 11, a friend to the Dunedain. We're supposed to talk to Kendaith at his camp near the base of Weathertop. And that's exactly what we'll do. I'm going to go ahead and close out these quests here in the North Downs. I'm going to cancel that. I'll leave the going to the market one because that takes me to Oatbarton. I'll leave this one because it means taking me to Evendim. And I think I also need to go to Evendim for the introduction quest and to Bree for Flambard. Let's do a little world traveling before we continue on. Let's go to Oatbarton because I'm supposed to talk to 2 people there. A real grown-up hobbit. That's right. Yeah, I'll be 33. Now, Oatbarton is a little north of the Shire. If you take a look here on the map, you'll see the Shire is here. And there's a road here that says to Evendim. And if you go there, this is the map of Evendim. We were in the North Downs, which is to the east of me here. But you can see here where I'm at down at the very bottom of the map is a little town called Oatbarton. And it's a little hobbit village north of the Shire. And then from here, you move your way up into Evendim proper and end up in Anuminus and all these other regions. It's fantastic. But let's go ahead and just chat, get this done here.
What do you need?
Now, he wants me to do the North Cotton Farm. We'll see about that. Because I think the quests up here get a little... There's a really long series of quests in Oatbarton.
Just a moment.
Marry me, a hunter! You heard of our troubles? This is wondrous. I had not hoped that you would come, but here you are. There are many folk here who are terrified of the strange things happening, myself included among them. If you would help us, I know that we could find a proper way to thank you. Really now? Really? I don't think you can. Yeah, glimpses of scouring. You're right. Let's see. Who else do I talk to? All right, so I'm supposed to talk to somebody at North Cotton Farm. We'll hold off on that for a minute. We're going to remove that quest. I'm going to go to Bree and talk to Flambard Took about whatever hunter task I'm supposed to do.
How do you do?
It's good to see you again. There's news of something I think you may find interesting. And that's it. That's it. Completed another matter of importance. So my guess is that that's a leftover quest from when you actually had to develop your skills at the trainers. Because he just told me nothing whatsoever. Item removed, another matter of importance. That's it. All right. A series on the Norman conquests. I might have to listen to that. All right. Let's just take a look and double check. North Cotton Farm. That's such a long quest. I'm not keen on doing that one right now. Reputation skirmish. Okay. We'll eventually get to a numinous, so we'll remove that for now. Keep it active, though. We're not going to cancel it. And now let's go talk to Candythe. Actually, let's go find Weathertop the old-fashioned way, shall we? So we're going to go to the Forsaken Inn first, and then we will find our way to Weathertop. Because I'll tell you what, the first time you get there, you shouldn't get there by a quick port. You should see the place. 1066. Boo. The Forsaken Inn. Let's take a look. Hopefully we can go quickly. Nope. Forsaken Inn is not swift travel. So I'm going to take a look at the chat. If you have any questions, this is a good time to let me know. $10.66, Alan's favorite year, perhaps. Nay. Excuse me while I take a bite. Ooh, I now have Passage of Shadow. That's one of my favorite. The other hunter skill, right? You know how I could track animals and then I could track enemies? Passage of Shadow will now allow me to do things like track spirits and wraiths and things like that. Other River Daughters. Ah, ha, ha. Could there be? Could there be? Bite of a Kit Kat bar? No, this is just a kind bar. Trying to eat a little healthier. I got to get back on the wagon. So, I've been out of the gym probably for the last couple of months thanks to back problems, and I got that fixed on Wednesday. Starting to feel a lot better. And by Monday, I'm planning on being able to get back to the gym. So I'm trying to get my brain into the habit of eating a little better. So, favorite edition that the Lord of the Rings Online folks have made. Oh, that's that's tough because there's so much. Because they've expanded the world so greatly, given us visuals of everything. This is an example of the psychological law of recency at work, but I really love what they've done in Umbar. I love being able to see all that. It's fleshed out. It feels like a real culture. It's pretty. It's beautiful. And it's it's different. They've done such a great job creating a very radically different sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Biome, right? I mean, it's a very different land. Nothing looks like this, right? With the green and the grass and the trees and the old, I mean, there are some old ruins there. It's very different. But that would probably be my favorite. Yeah, Katie, please go ahead and answer. Yeah, Umbar. What else? What other places come to mind that are like additions? I thought Foreshell was great. I mean, I know that we see a little bit of it in the books, but I really love how much we see of it in the game. It's a hard place because it's a lot of walking around because you don't have travel skills yet. Oh, I meant to go spend some of those rep coins in Esteldine to get skill, to get some stuff. Rohan, definitely. Rohan and some of the new areas in Rohan, I agree. All right, so we're supposed to talk to Kendaith. Look at that. Weathertop, folks. There it is. In case you haven't seen it before in game. There it is. So let's go take a look. The Dunlending culture. Oh, the Grey Company line is fantastic. Yeah. Barrow iron. I don't need barrow iron. I'm past that level now. Let's get on a horse. I'm not sure there are going to be a lot of mobs at my level around here. Yeah, they're all gray. That means, of course, that not only would they not give me any experience to kill them, they're not interested in chasing me. They look at me and go, that guy's badass. We don't want to touch him. A much better Radagast, but that's a low bar. And that's no disrespect to, and I'm drawing a blank on his name. He did what he was told to do. I just wasn't really a fan. Vales of Anduin. Sylvester McCoy, thank you. Yeah, I mean, he did a great job. It's just not the interpretation of the character I would want. A lot less time to travel to the Forsaken Inn than it ever took you. I know, it always felt like the longest ride. Like, you know what other ride took forever? It was because it was another non-swift travel one. It's from Bree to Trestlebridge. It just always feels like it's so long. Dignified, yes, that's the thing. Radagast is still an Istar, and that's the thing I think I struggled with the most with the film rendition of him, was that he just didn't feel Istarish. He felt just foolish. Oh, look at that little waterfall, little lake. That's pretty. I don't think I've ever spotted that before. All right. Yes, I have. Now, where are we? We're still trying to find Kendaith. Yeah, as all wizards should be. Oh, I don't need silver. Actually, I always need the silver and gold, even if I'm at a higher level, because the jewelers need that. Kendaith at his base at the bottom of Weathertop. The Great East Road has seen much more travel than usual in recent days. What brings you to the base of Weathertop? Well, getting my feet burned, for one. All right. You briefly explained that you were sent by Halbarad to warn of increasing dangers in the wild, and that a new shadow rises in the realm of Angmar. Kendaith nods. I've heard rumors that this might be so from others of my kin that have passed this way, and I have seen evils enough with my own eyes not to disbelieve it. There is a hidden dale in the Trollshaws, far to the east and across the last bridge, where the wisest of lore masters resides. Elrond is his name, and he is the master of Rivendell. It was in his house that my chieftain Aragorn was raised, and if any will know what must be done about the growing threat of Angmar, it will be he. You must make for Rivendell. I will tell you what I can of this last leg of your journey, Hilbert. Speak to me when you are ready. Wow, I get to go with haste straight over there, huh? Book 3, Chapter 12, in a northern dale. Orcs have grown bolder and ferocious in recent days, but when you cross the last bridge into the Trollshaws, you will face greater peril. Something has stirred the beasts of the wild into madness, and if it travels ahead of you, there may be great evil left in its wake. Luck be with you as you travel the road through the Trollshaws, and begin the climb towards Rivendell. The path will not be easy, but Elrond must be told of what befell you in Cardolan and of the growing threat of Angmar. Sorry, the Watcher, I didn't see that in time. Hold on. Is it too late? You know what? I should be able to pop back to Candide, though. Yeah, let's... this is an instance, so I got to stop the instance and finish that first, and then we'll do that. Because you're right, it's worth doing that. All right, guys. Let's lay a couple traps. A little rain of arrows. And off they come. Whoa, boy, there's a lot of them. Oh, this is actually rough. I'm getting hurt here. Might have to pop a potion. Got him.
My friend, do we share the same road?
Talk to Galasebdir on the road through the Lone Lands. Still an instance, so I have to continue this. I have not seen you since you departed Sarn Ford in the company of Halbarad, Hilburn. When he returned to us, he told us what befell him in Eldir, beneath Dol Erinil, and we wept for him, despite his past. But evil stirs in the land, and there is little time to mourn. What brings you into the Lone Lands? You tell Galasebdir that you seek to bring word to Elrond of Rivendell that the Witch King and his servants have evil designs upon the realm of Angmar. The ranger thinks for a moment. I had planned to return to Tornhard in the angle of Mithaethil, Hilburn, but your journey feels to be of great import to me. I would accompany you on this quest, if you would have me. The road to Rivendell is like to be dangerous. You tell Galasebdir that his company would be welcome as you make for Rivendell. Then we are agreed. Lead on, my friend. We shall have to do Weathertop separately. I apologize for that. It's dark. There it is again, Hilburn, among the trees just off the road. Do you hear that rustling? Sounds to me like something large pretending to be small. A troll, to be certain. Is it beyond hope to think we might pass its notice? Yes. Okay.
Another one!
Trolls.
I will be glad when you leave the troll shop, friend.
Trolls are not known to be clever, Hilburn, and for the most part they do not hunt together. It may have been misfortune alone that we had to face two in succession, or perhaps the days grow darker, and the rising threat of the shadow makes the creatures grow more bold. We should proceed. Soon we will need to climb, and the footing may become treacherous. I love this. We're actually getting a very accelerated version of the trip to Rivendell, but it's a good one. So you'll see on the map that we have made it from the Lone Lands across the last bridge here, through the Troll Shaws, which is where we apparently encountered said trolls. We have made it across the Ford of Bruinen very quickly, and we're now in the High Moor. Again, we'll need to come back and explore and show you these places, so we'll do a nice little journey. Perhaps we'll start with, I think we'll go back to Candide. We'll go to the top of Weathertop, and then we'll go along the Great East Road. We'll take a look at the last bridge. We'll go and find the trolls from Bilbo's day. The trolls are there. It's wonderful. And then we'll make our way through the gorges across the Ford of Bruinen and into Rivendell. So we will do that, but not in this moment since we're still in the instance. I've only been to Rivendell once in the company of my chieftain Aragorn, but I believe we are nearly there. Soon we will see the elves that guard the pass, and you will bring your warning of the shadow that rises in Angmar to Elrond.
I think we are close. Rivendell is near.
The lynxes. Foomp. Galasebdir doesn't even have to fight. Oh, the buzzing moor flies. So annoying. And can I just tell you how freaked out I would be if I had to face a giant bug that big?
Some Something has troubled the animals here, as in Cardolan.
No, not yet. There's no, the Ostgaruth stuff.
Guards here.
When you start with that Swan Fleet stuff, by the time you get here, you're too high a level to do Ostgaruth normally, so something is not right. The road to Rivendell. Could evil at last found this hidden refuge? Oh no.
Not if we maintain our vigilance, Dunedain.
Bregaleth! You saw no gods.
But that does not mean Imladris is unguarded. It is good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you. Because, of course, we spoke with her way back in... Where was that? I want to say... Karas Garabrin. That's where we spoke with her. You are welcome to Imladris, Hilbrin, and my heart sings to see you safe. Scouts saw you and Sebdir of the Dunedain as you climbed to the high moor, and they brought word to me and to others in the vale as you neared the pass. I begged leave of Lord Elrond that I be the one to greet you. You did not make this journey to give him the tidings of Saruman I have already delivered, I trust. No, I see in your eye there is something else. I told you once we stood on the very precipice of danger, and the events of recent days have shown to me I was more right than I knew. Others await your arrival in Imladris. One such friend made haste to greet you at the entrance, but it seems he has not yet arrived. Look for him further along the path.
Your friend awaits further along the path.
I'm still in an instance, so I have to continue. Stop and look at the Mustangs at the Fort of Bruinen. Come on down to Fort of Bruinen. I know. I love that they bring back characters consistently, Katie. You're right. Look at this. It's Boromir. It's Boromir. Remember we talked to him in Swanfleet and Cardolan. Boromir. I see your own journey finds its end in the same northern dale as does mine, Hilbin. When I heard the elves calling among themselves that a river hobbit neared Rivendell in the company of a ranger, I knew that you and Meneldir approached. But where is he? Why does he tarry? Boromir sees something in your expression and falls silent. His journey, too, is ended. Is that it? Tell me what befell him as we walk, Hilbin. It is still a long way to the house of Elrond. Oh, I am in Rivendell, folks. The last homely house. I suppose I would say this. If you have never played the game before and you're looking to play an intro, don't do the Swanfleet Cardolan intro yet, because it does skip those early regions like Hobbiton, like Bree, like the Lone Lands, and you sort of want to gain that experience of exploring those regions for the first time, and then later do the Swanfleet Cardolan one. I'd forgotten just how often you get to kind of fast forward because we're already, in this case, level 32. He was a good man and brave, Hilbin, and he died fighting evil. Oh, this breaks my heart. Listen to Boromir talk about Meneldir. He was a good man and brave, and he died fighting evil. May each of us do the same if that is where our roads must lead. Elrond awaits.
The master of the house has asked me more questions than he has given me answers.
Well, of course he has. He's Elrond, and he's an elf.
Perhaps you will feel better. I was going to.
Ah! Gandalf the Grey! Hilbin. Yes, I know something of the road you took to get here, Hilbin, and some of the tidings you bring. Not all, no, but some. Folk of different lands have come to Rivendell in recent days, and I see in that a hopeful sign. Councils will be taken in the days to come, and decisions of great import must be made. But this is not my house. You should speak with Elrond, its master, and give to him the message you have brought across so many miles. I will see you again, Hilbin. Welcome to Rivendell, Hilbin. This is a place of safety and of refuge, and you are welcome to take what rest you can within the Vale. But first, Are you willing to tell me what brings you here? Many are the dangers you have faced to get here, and if your tale is like others I have heard of late, I believe they signify trouble ahead for the peoples of Middle-earth. You tell Elrond you have much to tell, and he nods, a thoughtful expression on his face.
Speak then of how you came to this place of safety, Rivendell, the last colonial house east of the sea. But speak swiftly,
Swiftly, before the shadows deepen.
From where did your move be?
So apparently you tell him your story, and that instance is done, and I will find myself in Rivendell. And now I'm at book 3, chapter 12, in a northern dale. You have woven quite a tale, Hilburn, and if you should wish it to be ended, none will judge you for it. But in your words I sense something else. Indeed, two somethings. I sense that you possess a desire for adventure, and it remains unquenched even after your trials in the wilderness. You could not remain in this peaceful haven for long before that desire compelled you once again to seek out and oppose great dangers. And I sense, too, that you wish to continue your work on behalf of the free peoples of Middle-earth. We enter a dangerous time, and mighty foes seek to return to the height of their powers, heights that were stolen from them in centuries past by great heroes. Are you to be one of these heroes in this age, Hilburn? I wonder. So rest then, for as long as you wish, and return to me when you are ready to resume your adventure. The shadow that rises in Angmar must be faced and defeated, and I fear the black riders that troubled Cardolan and pursued Frodo Baggins hither have not been defeated for good. One of their number has not been found. I love this because it also sets the story in that exact timeline, right? This is that time where Frodo has made it to Rivendell. We're just before the council. They have searched for the Nazgul, and of course they were not able to find evidence of at least one of them. As we know, I think they only found 8 of the robes. So I get to choose one of these things. Perhaps the silver dagger will actually be better than one of my existing ones. Yes, it will. That will increase over the hardened bright steel dagger of deflection. So let's pull up that, and we're going to get rid of the hardened bright steel dagger of deflection. We're going to slot in that. All right. Yeah, so right now you can see I don't have anything on my quest tracker. I could go back even dim, but I'm not going to. I could do the very basic hunter stuff back in the old forest to get a title, which someday I'll do. Missions, which I'm not going to do right now. Skirmish, and then the Wardens of Innuminous. So we're going to talk to Elrond and see what he wants us to do. One is a mission, the further adventures of Elladan and Elro here. We'll do that sometime. It's a lot of fun. And then book 4, chapter 1, Where is the Horse and the Rider?
A strange fate brings you hither.
Welcome to Imladris, Hilburn. It is good that you have come. Rest well, but not too deeply or too long. We have need of adventuring folk, for there is evil beyond the veil. Not more than 2 months ago, a hobbit by the name of Frodo Baggins and his companions were pursued to the ford of Bruinen by servants of the enemy. I speak of the Nine, the Nazgul, fell creatures in the service of Sauron, and though the Bruinen fell upon them at my command, we have found the steeds of only 8. One of the riders is unaccounted for. My sons set forth with scouts bound to them by friendship to seek this missing rider. I ask that you speak with Elladan at their camp of Thorinhad among the Bruinen gorges, and lend your aid to the search. We must learn where this Nazgul has gone, and most importantly, his designs. All right. Now, I'm going to walk around Rivendell a little bit, around the last homely house, before we do that thing that we talked about, where I port back over to Weathertop and make our way there the old-fashioned way. For those who have not been here, I just want you to absorb this. The architecture, the art, the music. It's a glorious place. And this is just the study. This is Elrond's library. If I were a scholar, these are places where I could enhance my craft. Oh, I meant to go down the stairs. I didn't make the stairs. I broke an ankle. How do I get out? Ah, I think the exit is on the upper floor. I forgot. Yep, there it is. I love the statues, and each one of these has stories behind them, right? The banners, the decorations. This place is just beautiful. Greetings, Hilbin. Welcome to the home of Elrond Half-Elven. Tamsen, the Hall of Rest. This is actually, if you start as a high elf, you end up in this place much earlier in the history, recovering. It's like a little hospital here. But the music. Here, I'm going to zoom into first person here. Again, for a game that's how old? I think they're approaching their 18th anniversary this month. For a game that old, they've done a fantastic job. Of course, there are other places here in the homely house, like the Hall of Fire. I think that's another level down. Lots of people to, you've got your class traders and things like that. See if there's anything. I don't think there's anything that I can do with a hunter trader because I don't have any of the. There we go. Okay, so I could get items that I can't use yet because these are minimum level 50 and I'm only level 32. But so something like gloves of the Aurochs, I can use skirmish marks to trade for it. So fortunately, I almost never use skirmish marks, so I have a gazillion of them. But by the time I can get them, I might not want them. So now we're on the first floor, and we'll take a look in the Hall of Fire real quick. Once again, sculptures. They're everywhere. It's really pretty. And the music is great. Love this place. The Hall of Fire. Look who's here. Bilbo Baggins. I don't get to talk to him yet, but there he is. Hello, Bilbo. The light coming through. If I could come here and cook, these open fireplaces count as ovens. More sculptures, more statues. A vintner. I don't think I've ever seen a vintner. You can buy wines. Oh, it's by drafts and stuff. Oh, yeah, you can buy wines. Dorwinian Red. Yes, you can get drunk in game. I know. This place is just fantastic. And we will come back, folks. There's so much to see and do here. But for now, we want to get here the old-fashioned way. Actually, now that I realize it, I'm level 32 now. I should probably take a look and see. I think I have some things in my vault that would be a little better. Let's see. Nope. Oh, yeah, maybe better than the Shire Ward's knife. Yeah. All right, so we're going to... But I'm not going to use it because the Refined Dwarf Craft Dagger is even better, but I want to keep the Shimmering Silver Dagger. So let's do some re-equipping. That will just end up selling. Sparkling platinum bracelet. Let's take a look. I don't think I really want to use that, actually. I made them, and now I'm like, nah. Maybe, though. Maybe. No, I really don't. I don't want to trade agility for fate. In combat power regen, some extra morale, but not very much. What about the necklace? No. Gold earrings? No. Yeah, maybe replace the polished ruby earring of precision? No, I need the crit rating. 13 agility. Yeah, no, not going to replace anything, it looks like. Well, I made a bunch of jewelry I didn't need to make. All right. So I'm supposed to talk to Eladan, but that is a quest a little above my level. Normally, I would just go ahead and do it. Level 37, I'm level 32. I'm not going to get killed too quickly. But we want to get to Rivendell the old-fashioned way. So we are going to go to... Let's port to Bree. I didn't unbox anything today, Hassel, believe it or not. So we're porting to Bree. So we can take a horse from the north end of Bree, what's called West Bree, to South Bree. So we'll kind of go through the town here. There's a part of me that says I should start another character, maybe a regular hobbit that we can start in the Shire. So you can see the Shire, and then we can explore Bree all on level. And maybe we'll do that in the future. But in the meantime, we're going to go to the Forsaken Inn. Again, this takes forever, but that's all right. We have forever. That's the nice thing. Lone Lands, Forsaken Inn. What did I do with the real Alan? The Paladin, of course, is a class that doesn't exist in this game. The closest you get is a captain. That was especially true early on when only humans could be captains. Like you couldn't be an elf and have the class of captain. You could only be a man, male or female, but race of man. And I chose as my original main character a captain by the name of Durthal, which is Sindarin for Dark Helm. He's a character with an interesting background. I've not written much. I've only got a couple of characters that I've done sort of some background on and some character stories for, just the two really, Durthal and Halagrim. But Durthal is a captain, and he's very much paladin type. You know, he's a healer, defender. He doesn't do the sword and board like my typical paladins do. He's a captain, so his best weapon is a halberd, two-handed weapon. And that's also, I think, a weapon that only captains can use is the halberd. Back to reading. Pullman. Tolkien-esque, yeah. Yep, this is regularly Saturday afternoons, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock Pacific time is the usual time for my Saturday streams. Should I see how long? I don't know who you are. But a paladin, I mean, there's somebody who knows that I play paladins in D&D, so that could be, well, anybody who's ever listened to the show. Paladin Took. That would be Peregrine's father. Pippin's dad. Paladin. And we're taking the long way to the Forsaken Inn. So as you can see on the map, we've left Bree down here with the stables, and we made our way down here. We have to get through the Lone Lands to the Forsaken Inn, and then we'll take a journey up to the top of Weathertop. We'll take a look at the view from there. Then we'll get back down on the Great East Road and make our way past Ostgaruth. There's a lot of story there in the game if you're at the right level. And we'll make our way past all of that to the last bridge, where we'll take a look at the last bridge, where, of course, Glorfindel left the token. And then we'll head into the Trollshaws. At least as much as we'll get. It's night. Do we really want to go to the top of Weathertop at night? I mean, I don't know about you. right. Let's get on our horse and let's head over to Weathertop. Stars are great. I mean, I know it's just an image locked above. It's not like they've created a 3D world with stars. What do you expect for 18-year-old tech? But it's still pretty. What? Didn't make it. Weathertop. All right, let's get to Weathertop. Let's get to the top. Nothing bad can happen there because the writers have moved on, right? I mean, we're now in the storyline where it's after the council. It's before the council, but it's after they've all gotten there, and they're looking for. Actually, no, that is after the council. They're looking for the evidence of that ninth rider. So clearly, the writers have had to reform. The stars in Umbar are stellar. Nice. Now, like any other mountain, the best way up to the top is a series of switchbacks. I'm trying to remember how to get to them, though. Sort of spirally roads. Oh, that's not it. There we go. We'll just make our way up. One of the challenging things about the maps in Lord of the Rings Online is that you can't always tell where the mountain passes will let you go. Sometimes you just get to something that's impassable. Like this, kind of. Like I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm well above the road now. It doesn't help that it's dark and I'm not able to see well. Oh, this is bad. Huh. Okay, I'm not on the right place. I know I'm not. Oh boy, that's going to hurt. Okay. Now let's go up. Am I in the right place, Katie? I think I am now. I'm on an actual road now. Yeah. This does look better, doesn't it? Now, in the actual quests and things, if you're playing at the lower level where you're in this area on level, there are some great quests dealing with this area, including attacking a whole bunch of orcs that are blocking the road. But here we're going to find it pretty empty. The instance on top of here is great. Again, when you're in that part of the storyline. That's why you have to play all the various intros, because that's how you get all the story. Here we go. Folks, we have arrived at the top of Weathertop. So we've gotten a deed, right? This will tell us about exploring this area. If we can find Weathertop, Glum Hollow, Weatherfoot, and Echad Sul. And there we are. And by the way, there it is. Yeah, take a look. Anybody recognize that? The Gandalf rune, followed by 3. Gandalf was here on that day. Let's take a look out over the rest of the... there are some critters, but they're all way below my level. They don't really care about me. At daytime, there's a lot more to see, but we're a long way from that in the game. Okay. All right. I think. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. Let's pop back. Let's leave here. We're gonna leave Weathertop. I'm gonna call it for the day, and then we're gonna go ahead and come back the next time during the daytime and explore our way to the last bridge and to the troll shaws, and take a look at the trolls themselves. So thank you so much. It is always so much fun to join you all and to have such a good time. I'm going to go ahead and pop over to the chat. And turn off that other camera. There we go. All right. So thank you again for joining me. And we will be back next Tuesday. That'll be, what's the time that we do that, Katie? I don't remember anymore. 6 p.m., 7 p.m.? I think it's 6 p.m., right? Yeah, 6 p.m. Pacific time. So 6 p.m. Pacific Tuesday, we will explore the rest of that region and make our way over to Rivendell on foot. And then after that, we'll start doing some other things beside LotRO. I'm looking forward to getting back into some tabletop games, looking forward to even doing some coloring again. That was a lot of fun. Opening up some more Weta things, just all sorts of stuff. I know I have some things in store for you. I think it's safe to say now I can tell you that Don Marshall will be joining me at some point to play some Magic the Gathering, Lord of the Rings, but I don't know what the timeline is for that. So lots more to do, including the Lego Fell Beast, before we tackle the big Lego kits like Rivendell or Barad-dûr. So thank you all for joining me, and we will see you again in a few days on Tuesday. All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks again for joining me.